There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name. Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You watching Casino Is the Name, and I'm hoping that you and your families are safe in this crazy world that we're currently living in. In this video, I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about moving forward, some things that I'm seeing, some things that I'm sure that maybe a few of you guys are seeing, but maybe I can just help draw some streamlined approach or some ideas to what we're all seeing right now, and moving forward in business, how you can take advantage of it, or how you can at least start thinking about things differently. It's all around us. This is kind of more, I usually take more of a common sense approach to investing into business and things like that. So a lot of people have lost their businesses, a lot of people have lost their jobs, things like that. I'm seeing a lot of people hitting me up directly, like sending messages or emails or commenting on old videos or all kinds of things, asking me what they should be looking at moving towards, or how to adapt to the changing world that we're currently living in. And a couple videos, maybe 1 or 2 videos ago, I did a video about government contracting, and now is ever more prevalent for us all to like look at doing government contracting a lot more seriously. Think about it, right? Like we did that video, and it was before, I don't know if it was before or currently during them trying to pass the $2 trillion bill. I think it was like during that time frame. But like, there are still state and local governments, there are county, there are things like that. The state of New York, I just saw this today, the governor of New York just issued a statement, while he was giving his briefing, saying that if any company out there wants to at least get started or try to handle the amount of items that it was planning to send its way as far as lab testing or whatever else it was talking about, it was like, call us directly, let's get on the phone, let's figure something out. They are saying that they will back you. If you want to start the business, they will get behind you. The government money, the money that's going to be being applied is just about endless. Most governments can, they all kind of print their own money or whatever, but the money and effort that they're going to put behind all of the medical stuff and everything like that is going to be pretty much endless. So if you're taking advice from me, which you guys are not taking advice from me. I'm just speaking from my own personal view of things. But if it was up to me and I was maybe in your council or something like that, I would be putting money, I would be investing in something in the medical field. I mean, it's all around. See, that's why I say I take the common sense approach. The medical field on all levels, just about, from research to lab work to I guess training and everything else, on almost all levels, I would be investing in something in the medical field. If you can get into that, I would definitely be doing that. I don't know if it's creating medicines. I don't know if it's just testing medicines. Whatever it is, I would find a way to start a company and maybe open a lab. I'm sure there's money out there for for some of anything if you want to try to get started. And I'm pretty sure they're willing to get behind even a brand new business at this point, as long as your intentions align with the coming need for things going on in this world. And even after this, after this crisis is over, there will still be a need for, because now they're going to go into preventative, right? So say after the crisis, then there will be a preventative measure where they're going to want to just make sure that that they're prepared in case another situation like this ever arises. So there's going to be a stockpile of things like respirators and face masks and things like that that are just going to be sitting and waiting for another situation like what we're in right now. So maybe you start a company where you design your own face masks, something like that. I'm telling you, everything is going to go right now in the medical field. I don't care if you're creating syringes, IV bags, whatever it is, they're all going to go. Just, find a way to break into it. See, I don't know how, what you got to do to start an IV bag, company that creates IV bags. I don't know. I'm just saying that all of these things are going to go. Medicines, face masks, any kind of equipment, goggles, whatever it is. If you create it for the medical side, it is going to go. There's unlimited resources currently right now that are going to be deployed in that direction. And, the world, it's not just going to be here in the United States. It's going to be all over the world. That the world is now on notice. All governments are now on notice about how serious and how unprepared we were for something like this. And so moving forward, not only are they going to be dumping as much money into whatever it is to stop what's going on currently, but they are going to start taking preventative measures even moving forward. So they're going to be a stockpile of almost everything. All right, so that's there. That's medical side. So I would invest in medical. If you decide that you don't want to invest in medical stuff, if you don't want to invest in, or if you don't know how to get started in the medical side, I would suggest that you invest in the shipping business, whether or not that's starting your own trucking company or middlemaning, brokerage services, whatever it is, because things, once we come up out of this crisis, there will be things that need to be shipped. And of course, Amazon seems to have a stronghold in that category, but I don't even know if Amazon is going to be set up to handle, the coming year or two with as many things that are going to be moved around as fast as they need to be moved around. Something like a hotshot trucking company or a semi-trucking company or something like that may be required, or, maybe, I ain't gonna say required because of course they're required, but like maybe a good location for you to look in when it comes to starting a business, because the advantage of, say, something like a hotshot trucking company or a small trucking company is that they can handle the onesie twosies. So if someone needs something overnighted to a certain location, it may not be as easy to work with a company such as Amazon. It might just need to be that mom and pop's company that can just pick up in the middle of the night, don't have to worry about, an employee in the kind of way that a larger company would. If you run your own business and you're the driver and things like that, or your brother driving for you, or somebody who's flexible like that, it may be an advantage to have a company such as that. Because there's going to be so many things that are going to need to be shipped on pallets and in trailers and things like that. It's going to be crazy, including all of these medical supplies, right? Because all of these things have to move around. They say truckers move the earth. You know what I mean? Like, well, they like, it can't get there without truckers. Like, even if it got to the dock from China or from Brazil or wherever we might have ordered something from, even if it got there, it still has to go from there to where the stores are or to where you are. And and when you're talking about tons of things coming in, I mean, like, when I'm saying tons, I'm talking about weight, tonnage. So when tons of things are coming in, when the amounts that they're going to start coming in and the preparation and all that kind of stuff, things will need to be shipped. So we're looking at hospital stuff. We're looking at shipping things. I personally myself, I can't see how real estate is going to do well in the coming couple years. I can't really see it. There's a lot of people who unexpectedly lost their lives, and because of that, They might have had real estate, they might have, whatever, but there's going to be a lot of space cleared up, or a lot of real estate that is going to be left vacant, and things like that. Whether or not it gets left to a child who was unexpecting to receive, or it's just going to end up on the market, whatever it is, there's just going to be a lot of things that are probably going to go under as far as in real estate. Not necessarily in major cities. I know there's still probably a lot of people trying to move to Atlanta and in other major cities, but a lot of major cities have taken a hit. Like places like New York, I know for a fact a few people who I know personally who've moved to smaller towns in maybe Connecticut or somewhere, New Jersey, Philadelphia, whatever, but they've moved away from New York City because of space, so many people being so closely connected, which used to be a good thing. But with the changing mentality and with the crazy things that we're living through right now, that's just something to look into. I would not be going into Airbnb arbitrage right now. Not right now. If you can't Airbnb, especially not right now, but like coming out of the crisis, I don't know if people are still going to be as trusting of things like that. Even traveling business, I wouldn't be necessarily starting a traveling business coming immediately after this. I might have to wait for a while. But there are, just look around. Government contracting, to me, is going to be, if with all of the money, right, that you see the government. That's what I'm saying, the common sense approach. Look at it. Government contracts, I just did a video on this talking about government contracts, but right now they're talking about an unprecedented amount of money going into government contracts. They are actively looking and begging for you to start a business so that they can contract to you. They don't have enough labs. Imagine, even if you just started a lab, you may not know how to start a lab. I'm sure, I'm not all the way positive, but a lot of things that people think that you have to have in order to start a certain business, you don't have to have, right? Like to own a barbershop, you don't actually have to be a barber. See what I'm saying? So to start a lab, you may not have to be a lab technician to start a lab and to hire lab technicians. You see where I'm going with this? Just because it may not be something that you already do, to start the business, you may not have to necessarily be a person who can do that job that's going to be required at that business. You might be able to hire professionals who can do that business. A lot of professionals are actually not business owners. A lot of professionals just work. They just go to work, they don't actually own the practice themselves. Now, when it comes to doctors and things like that, of course, even hospitals aren't usually owned by doctors. They may be owned by a board, or some private person could have started a hospital. I don't know exactly how that all works with creating a hospital, but all I know is that doctors don't necessarily own the hospital. Like lawyers have to own the law firm, but the hospital may be owned by a private entity. I don't really know exactly, but I don't think that they have to be a doctor in order to start a hospital. But there's just going to be so much money dumped, basically an endless supply of money. $2 trillion. We'll talk about billions, and $1 billion is 1,000 millions. So $1 trillion is 1,000 billions, which is 1,000 millions. Just do the math on that. Like, just do the math. Just think about how many millions of dollars that is, and there's going to be pretty much. This is just the first wave. There's going to be way more money put into this. Right now, right now they have, if your family is affected by the crisis that we have going on. I don't want to say the word because I hear you can be demonetized if you say these certain words. So I'm avoiding the words, but we all know the crisis that we're in right now. But you don't have to pay rent. You don't have to pay mortgage. If you have a mortgage through like a VA or FHA or any one of the government-backed programs, then you can pretty much call your bank and ask them for it's not a deferment. I can't remember the term off the top of my head, but look it up. It's in the CARES Act, but you don't have to pay if you have a federal loan for, I think, 180 days. You can get it. I mean, they're still going to assess, they're still going to add on like interest and things like that. But for 180 days, you can pretty much freeze your mortgage payment. From what I have read, I have to go back and read some more, but just look it up for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. I think they said for 180 days you can like freeze it. It'll still assess like interest, and it'll start back. And then once you get towards the 180 days, I believe you can actually put it in for the same thing again for another 180 days. So that could be a full year of no mortgage payments that you're still going to end up incurring interest on, and you'll still have to pay, on the back end. It's not like it's just free and you don't have that money, just they're paying it for you. They just pause it, for 180 days. And then when you get towards the end of the 180 days, you put it in for another one, and you can maybe freeze it for another 180 days. And so that could be a huge benefit for many of you. But this is also why I'm saying I don't know if I would invest. I would not be investing in real estate right now. On top of the fact that renters also, I don't believe you can evict renters right now. I'm pretty sure you can't lawfully evict anyone right now because of the crisis that we're in. So many people have lost their jobs, and unemployment is on a whole new level right now. But look up the CARES Act. It's a lot of information in there, from student loans to mortgage and renters. It's a lot of information in that. And this is just the first wave. They're going to have to put more money into this. And the $2 trillion is just a federal investment. That's not including the states. All 50 states are going to have their own budgets of hundreds of millions of dollars, or however many millions, and they're all going to be looking for someone to government contract to. So find out how you can get into government contracts. Find out how you can start a medical business. Find out how you can start some kind of shipping business. I should do more videos on this, but I'm telling you, if I was in your corner and you had an idea to start a company or business, these are the things that I would be going into. Food production at the ground level, maybe like a farm or something like that, or whatever it is, but food production, start a fish farm, whatever it is. Like, I would be looking into something like that, because food, and medical and government contracting and shipping things, to me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, look at the world we're in right now. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you find any value in this video, man, get in the comment section. Let me know. If whatever ideas that you may have, get in the comment section. Let me know. Share this video with anybody you think might find value in it. Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. I'm out.
Beat me up, Scotty. Me
and her together, we just count it up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the street. When she first saw me, she said, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really live with a rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap.
say you want to be successful.
But what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you. You standing in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I called the bus at Basin Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough.
There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? There's money everywhere. There's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name.